What in the heck is happening? Hey guys, welcome back to World Drum Club. I'm Kalani, and what am I playing with? I've got this app, and a fan of the channel sent me a link to this, and it's called Impulse. And it is the coolest metronome that I've seen in a long time in terms of apps. Now, there's tons of metronome apps out there. You know, some of them are more like drum machine kind of things. A lot of them do different clicks and things, but being a visually oriented person and somebody who likes geometric things and somebody who's actually experimented with alternate notation, like putting a rhythm in a circle, for example. And I'm not the only person to do that, but I like the visual connection with music. And so I really am enjoying this. And I just got this yesterday. Full disclosure, I'm not getting any payment or anything for this review. So this is a review of the app called Impulse, and I'm going to take you through it right now. So here it is. When you open it up, it gives you a basic screen, and I'm going to go back. I'll tell you what I'm doing here in a second. So let's just look at a 4x4 grid, right? 4x4, 16 beats. And you notice that the first beat up here in the upper left corner is yellow. That is going to indicate a different sound. So every time you see a different color or no color, it's going to be a different sound, and I'll get into that in a second. But let's just play this. I'm going to hit the play button down here. And you can see that it's indicating which beats are being played, right? 1. So we'll call this 4x4 with 16th notes. So you've got plus and minus signs on the sides and top and bottom of this matrix of notes. You can add and subtract a row of beats, or a beat, in this case with 16th notes, both horizontally. In other words, I can add another set, or I'll subtract. Let's go from 4/4 to 3/4, like this. I'm going to hit this little minus sign over here. I can do all this on the fly. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take away a row. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I can go to 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So right now we're dealing with meter. Let's go back to 4 beats. 1, 2, but let's say we want it to be 12/8. Instead of 4 sets of 4, we want 4 sets of 3. We can do that super easy by just subtracting up here at the top, and instead of 4, we're going to take away a row of the subdivisions, not the whole beat, but the subdivision. So instead of each beat being divided by 4, we're going to divide each beat by 3. Very simple. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then the surrounding, pluses and minuses disappear, so it makes it really clear. So you get a great visual of the rhythm here. Let's go back to 4. Let's go to 5. Let's go to 6. Let's go to 2. Because 6 was about to give me a heart attack. Now, one of the things I like about this is not only can you do that with a whole beat or a subdivision all at once, you can also do individual beats, of course. So let's go back to a 4x4, and then I'll change a beat or 2. Four, 3, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, you know, I love this now as a practice tool. You can imagine really kind of getting into some deep stuff with the subdivisions. In fact, let me show you another feature. If you hit this button down here, the lower left corner, you get a series of presets, and you get a few with the basic free app, and there are some upgrades. Let's go to this one. Look at that. So this is one that actually takes you through every beat it adds one note of subdivision of the beat. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's hear what that sounds like. Two, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And look at that beautiful graphic. Now, you may not want to play that over and over, but it's not bad to do. It's a great skill. You can take away one of these rows, if you don't want to do 5s or 7s and you just want to focus on the binary, you can just do that. Let's look at a couple of the other presets. And actually, I created my own preset. Here's one. It's called 3x2 Polyrhythm. Really cool. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You can just use it to play along. It's awesome. Let's see what else is in here. Now, I did create a couple myself, so you can add your own presets. I did this one, clave, son clave, and it's nice because you get to see how it's broken down. Let's talk about note sounds for a second. So as I said, you've got different notes. I can change the first note, and you change a note just by touching it. It's going to cycle through the 4 possibilities. So the first possibility is no sound. Then you got hollow circle. Then you've got filled in circle. And you've got yellow. So a question you might have is, well, is that the only sounds? Are those the sounds? And the answer is no. You can click over here and you can change any of the sounds for any of those 4 different graphic, right? So let's look at the yellow sound, yellow dot sound. Right now I've got it set to classic. So these are classic 1, classic 2, classic 3, and then black or hollow circle or no circle is silence. But you can assign a sound to that too. So you can have 4 different sounds. I like having a silent sound in there because it helps us make patterns. Let's change the sound. And we can do this while it's playing. So let's go back. And I can scroll through these. That's called clave 1. In fact, a better way to do this is to make them all the same sound, and then let me turn this up a little. I'll just give you a sample. I'm not going to play all the sounds for you, but there's this called guitar, kitchen. So there's some like kitchen utensil stuff, pots and pan kind of sounds, which I think is really hilarious. This is called noise, snares, square, so a square wave, kind of a old video game sound, switch, top. There's usually three of each one of these. So this one's called valve, but there's 3 valve sounds. So never fear, you got at least 3. And there's other sounds too. I'm not going to go through all of them. 808 sounds, claps, and then classic metronome sound. Okay, you get the idea. All right, so what else can we do? We can change the tempo, obviously. Let me go back to a simple pattern. Let's go back to this click pattern. We can change the tempo on the fly. Hit the tempo, you can type it in. Let's go to 60. You can also tap tempo. So down here in the corner it says tap, and I just tap two times to set the tempo. Tap, tap. So I tapped at 89. Let's round that up. Now another feature is that I can add, and I have to find this, where is it? Oh, I think it's over here in the sound. I can turn two things on or off. Background audio, I played with that and it didn't do anything. I'm assuming it might be an update. I didn't see any difference, so I'm not sure what background audio does. So there'll be an update to that. Light flash on downbeats is kind of cool. So let's play it, and you can imagine what's going to happen, right? Let's turn light flash on downbeats. So you get a little, it's not bright, but you get a little glow on the downbeats. So let's leave that on for now. Now we're not done. Let me show you another one I did. This is called 6/8 bell pattern. I just put this in. Okay, so let's say we want to practice to 6/8 bell pattern. Now, I want to show you something. Look down here too. Right now, I love this because just talking about the graphic orientation of this, if I add a note right there, this pattern, and I hadn't really noticed this before, if you put this, in a 4x4 grid, this pattern is a palindrome. It's the same forwards and backwards, same image. That sounds like this. So the pattern we had is just almost a perfect palindrome, but it certainly implies a palindrome. Okay, so one more feature. You've got this little step stair down here. We haven't gotten into that menu yet. So it's a little stair level. And what that is it's a really cool feature for practicing, especially if you're doing skill building, like strengthening or speed exercises like I've shown you guys before. What that does is it automates incremental changes. So for example, you've got basically 2 or 3 categories. You got tempo. You've got 2 tempi. 2 tempo. So we can go between 80 and 120. There's two columns of tempo. So in this case, it starts off, it says 80 beats a minute, 120 beats a minute. So this is like a formula. It's going to start at 80 beats. It's going to go to 120 beats. How's it going to get there? It's going to increase by 5 beats per minute. Let's move that up actually, just for demonstration purposes. Now all of these are changeable. Right now we're going to go from 80 to 120 in 5 BPM, that's beats per minute, increments every when, because we've answered what's it going to start at, what's it going to end at, how much is it going to change, but when is it going to change? Let's say we want it to change every, can I get it to move? There we go. 4 measures. Sound good? All right, so let's start that. Change coming up. So that's 10 BPM faster, right? Change. All right, I think that is so cool for practice. So you can, obviously, this is a quick change. I just wanted to show you. But for practice, you know, practicing basic patterns or, like I said, conditioning, it's like interval training. And you don't need to set up anything. It's already in the app. You know, I just really love that. And we can turn that feature on and off. Let's see, is there anything else I want to show you in here? I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it. So again, you know, I think it's a really great tool. Let me show you what the icon looks like. It's Impulse. Looks like this. And it's available now in the App Store. So I hope you guys like this little review and overview. I appreciate all of you who are supporting the channel. You know what to do. Go to patreon.com/Kalani. Support World Drum Club and support this kind of information that helps all of us who appreciate the percussive arts and drumming. I'm Kalani Das. I'll see you in the next video.